Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner, but I'm somewhere else, y'all. I'm at work, so I'm not gonna be talking that loud, even though no one is here. But it's just weird to be, at work talking out loud. I watched the Real Housewives of Potomac last night. I didn't think it was all that good, and that's why I have not done the review yet. So I'm like, let me just chit chat about it a little bit off my notes, here. So let's see how it goes. I'm not gonna be looking in the right place because I'm on my phone. And I don't want this to be too long, but y'all know to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But let me, take advantage of this little break at work and give y'all the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 4, Episode 16 review. So we see how they start off with Ashley and them at the table still, and saying how Ashley not strong, no, saying how Katie isn't strong enough. And all the women are like, you know what, that wasn't nice, we gonna dead this issue right now and we gonna move on. I feel like they are avoiding the fact that Katie is extremely under the influence of some kind of something. Okay, Katie is not just like she's loopy. Like I got help to get this loopy bop. You know what I'm saying? Popping something. She clearly is high. She's high, and when Ashley said like you're not strong enough, she isn't, because she's using some kind of coping mechanism to fix whatever's going on and to numb whatever's going on in her real life regarding her, them kids, and her ex, and that's what it is. Candace brings up how because they all leave, okay, and then Candace and who? Who is Karen? Candace and Karen go back to the room or whatever, and they both bring up how they feel like Ashley is kind of, pivoting, what she's going through to make people focus on Katie. But I'm looking like, truth be told, they're both going through something. They both are acting as if nothing's going on. The difference is we can clearly see Katie is high and that Katie is having a hard time right now, whereas Ashley is acting as if everything's okay. But they're both having something serious happen in their life, and I'm just like, why are we ignoring the fact that Katie's high? Like, why? Like, she looks high in every picture I see, every scene I see. She's just loopy. Loopy is loopy. So the next morning we see Ashley, Giselle, and Karen. Ashley, Giselle, and Robin talking to whatever. Ashley speaks about how she spoke to her mom and how she realized that she speaks from a place of reaction. Meaning if someone does or says something to her, she reacts and she says stuff that sometimes is crazy. And her mom made her realize, you can't keep doing that or whatever. And she said she feels bad for what she said and how she treated Katie the night before, and it was just unfair of her to do that. And she's going to work on that to flaw within herself. They bring up how they don't want Katie to feel like they brought her there to gang up on her. What they should have said was they don't want Katie to feel like that they brought her there to do an intervention. Okay, an intervention. But whatever. So Giselle brings up, because we have to make sure that when people do something and if they let you know that you hurt them, you have to acknowledge it. You have to acknowledge when you've done something wrong. I'm like, Giselle, shut up, because it's you, girl. You are the kettle talking to the pot, all up and through, But she then brings up, like Karen. Like Karen keeps bringing up how I hurt her, I'm so tired of having to apologize to Karen. Well, then stop doing things wrong each time you see Karen. If you stop doing the same thing over and over and over, you wouldn't have to keep apologizing. But that's just me. Giselle then brings up how, and Karen keeps talking about how, this little Dom thing, how she's going to have this little party and, but how she can't change things. She has to speak to her partners about stuff. She probably doesn't really own the company. She probably is like, it's not all hers. I'm looking like, Giselle, this is Karen's issue. So when Karen sees this is something else you're going to have to apologize for. So it's weird how Giselle in one breath is saying, oh, I don't know why Karen would get mad at me and I'm tired of apologizing to Karen. And in the same breath or in the next breath, you say something offensive or wrong or disheartening about Karen and say that she does not own her company. You sound foolish. Do you own yours? We don't know. It could be she don't want your assistance, Giselle, so she doesn't tell you stuff because she does not want your assistance. Think about that. So, but I'm like, whatever. We then see them. They all go on a boat. Okay, all the women are on. They go on a little catamaran to go swim with some stingrays. It was a real cute scene. We seen how Giselle teased Karen. Oh, Karen, your wig was on real good this time, and her wig was on. Okay, it was flying in the wind, but it looked luxurious. It looked real-ish. Okay, we could still see how it was like being held by the edges, but the wig was on tight. Karen looked amazing this whole trip. Okay, she completely planned for it. She completely planned for it. Now Katie didn't have that nan wig on, and I'm happy she did not. She had a real hair that's pinned up in a little bun ponytail or whatever, and it was fine. But she keeps bringing up how she doesn't feel too good, how she's just, she feels sick or whatever. And so for the most part, Katie was on the boat just chilling, maxing and relaxing. I feel like it's because whatever pills or whatever medication she's been taking to keep her loopy, she's out of. And so she's having withdrawals. That's what I think is because she seems more aware of her feelings, aware of her surroundings, and she looks like she's just not numb anymore. So whatever pill she had, she ran out. So on the boat, we see now they all in the water anyway. We see Karen having fun. We see even Candace and Ashley having fun together. It was a beautiful time. Okay, it was a whole beautiful time, and a fun time was had by all, even with Katie on the boat chilling. Now we do see Ashley, go see if Katie wants to come to the water. And while she's up there, they have a little conversation. And Ashley admits that she was wrong for how she spoke to her and how, she should have just not been so mean to her. And I like how she owned the fact that she was wrong. She owned that she wasn't compassionate and what she said wasn't fair. And Katie looked like she accepted it, but Katie also looked like she was just so not high that she's like, okay, no problem, and they hugged and it was fine. But that was a nice moment for Ashley to admit her faults, to realize that she wasn't being compassionate, because I do think what Katie is going through is worse what Ashley's going through because this is with their children. You know what I'm saying? That's different than, oh, my husband does somebody's ass. But I mean, I digress. So they hugged out, but Katie still said, no, I'm not going to go in the water and play with y'all. Meanwhile, they get back on the boat and they're going back to land and everything. And Karen is on the phone handling like business to get her party together. She's having a party for her Ladon perfume, like a little reveal party or whatever. So she's making phone calls to plan for that because the party will be when they get back to the States. And then here go Giselle and Robin. Oh, so like, what are you planning? What are you doing? What's going on? Oh, there's a little reveal party. It's going to be, what's this and that or whatever. But, just some little stuff. And Robin going to say, as much as Karen been dancing around this fragrance, I'm shocked she's having a real party. I thought you danced around that goddamn half duplex. It took you 2, 3, 4, 5 years to remodel, girl. Robin, you have the balls to say that you can't believe how long Karen been dancing around her fragrance. As long as you've been dancing around that, you remodeled a half duplex. It took you a year to remodel a half duplex on your $3 budget. You can't talk about how long Karen has been in development for perfume. I know for a fact that La Dame is in stores. We still don't know if your house is built, okay? Or at least if it's sold. Half a duplex ass heifer. Anyway, pop me kettle in the hood. She made me so mad. Anyway, we then see they all on the beach having lunch at a little picnic table or whatever. We see Giselle become, oh, it's so refreshing to see, Ashley and Candace for y'all to be getting along. But like, Giselle, shut up, because every time Giselle brings up some foolishness, it's usually because she wants some more foolishness to start. And here go Athy. Athy brings up how before Candace got crazy, that they actually got along. They didn't have any issues to her knowledge or whatever, before Candace got, batshit crazy. Candace then say, but I want to apologize. If my feelings regarding, you and your husband's situation was offensive, I apologize for that. She then says, but I want you to apologize to me for purposely saying things and doing things to get under my skin. Candace, grow up, okay? Grow up and let it go. I mean, because you said I was fake and now I'm living in my mama's house. Well, you do live in your mother's house, and at times you are very fake, but that's just how you are. And so Ashley says, what was me saying that? Was that so bad for you to be in my face with a butter knife? I'm like, Ashley, let the butter knife thing go. You know what I'm saying? It's serious, but not serious, but serious. And I'm just like, it wasn't a butcher knife, okay? It was a butter knife, and there was enough people there that you were, safe-ish, even though Candace was still completely out of control. So, well, no, it wasn't appropriate, but was it appropriate for you to be in my house being a shady asshole? This show is full of shady buttholes, okay? Full of the shadiness. But I mean, Candace likes to act as if she does anything times 10, if somebody does something times 2, it's as bad. No, and between between Ashley and Candace, with the butter knife gate at the house and all, and the shadiness and whatever, all, I still feel like Candace was the worst, because Candace went far beyond it wasn't that serious. Well, it was appropriate, for you to be discussing me and my husband, my uterus, and they're going back and forth. Now I'm looking like, see, Giselle, why didn't you just shut up? Like, now it was the whole thing, and I'm like, I don't care. Same old argument, and the women are like, oh my God, here we go, same old argument. So, you was no Candy. It's like Candace feels like shady comments deserve apologies, and I don't. You were shady chick too, Candace. So I mean, leave it at that. So you can't expect an apology for a thing that you've done yourself to other people, and not for no shady comments. Girl, I don't care. Anyway, Abby does eventually say, well, I'm sorry for my remarks, but I'm not going to be held responsible for how you acted about what I said, because that's kind of what Candace kept saying. Like, because you said this, I did that. Because you were shady and saying this, I then got aggressive with you. And no, and I agree with Abby. You can't blame me for your actions, no matter what I said. Well, I'm not saying that. Well, you were, but Candace, off with her head. Anyway, that was fine. That was the end of that whole thing. We see one little quick scene. Monique and her husband is at dinner. Okay, he is upset, not upset, but he said he would be okay with them no longer having children because, this third pregnancy has been different to where she doesn't want to have sex. And because she's uncomfortable, she's tired or whatever, I guess with the first two, that wasn't the issue. He says, so you know what, I'll be okay with us not having any more children. Plus, because I see how much pain you're in, this uncomfortableness or whatever. He said, but I'm not getting snipped. I said, oh, okay. And that was really it. I don't, okay. Katie go to see Robin. They were all supposed to go to dinner. But Katie go to see Robin and basically also Ashley as well, to say she's not going out with them that night because she just doesn't feel well. Again, Katie's on a medication. And Katie can't deal with the bullshit without her medication. And so she ain't going, I just feel kind of sick. I don't feel well. And you get Robin and Abby. Well, could you be pregnant? Like, do you take birth control? Do y'all use contraceptives? Do you use the pull-out method? And she's like, no, I don't think I'm pregnant. She's out of medication. They brought up every other reason for her to feel sick. She's going through withdrawal, except the fact that she's clearly on drugs. And I was watching Alex's review, and he said the reason they may not even have her on the reunion is because they don't want to bring up the drugs, or she could still be doing them or not doing them, and who knows what she's going to say. I completely agree, okay? We then see all the ladies go on and get in the van to go to dinner. And, they bring up how Katie isn't coming, and she brings up how she talked to Katie, whatever, and how she admits that she went dark on her, and she shouldn't have done that. But she says, I also reacted that way to her and said what I said because I was hurt as well, and so, hurt people hurt people. Oh, so, and I thought we were friends, and she was saying things behind my back, that part didn't sit well with me. And here go Candace in her confession. But that's exactly what she did to me. Like, I thought we were friends and we weren't. No. You and her got beefed out because you kept on saying she didn't really want kids. That's what you was talking about her uterus, and that's when y'all got beefed out or whatever. But I mean, I don't care. We get to the dinner table, and they bring up how can't Giselle is sitting next to to Karen, and Karen is like her best friend. They're like, no, Robin's her best friend. And, they then get to the friendship thing between Karen and Giselle. And I like how Karen brought up, well, the friendship that she has with Robin is different because her Robin has never had issues like me and her has. So it's different for me and Giselle versus Robin and Giselle. Karen's like, we are in a good place right now, but you know what I'm saying? It's just different because we've had disagreements or whatever. And they go to say, well, yeah, because, if someone has an issue, you have to address it. If someone, does something wrong, you know what I'm saying? You have to acknowledge it even if you're, not in the place to accept it. And here go Robin. Giselle, speaking of doing things wrong, at my open house, you came in gunning at Monique and not really, being appreciative of me and, just being a genuine friend for my professional event. That was also a business event. You came in, you didn't even say hello, you didn't walk around, you didn't do anything. You just came in and went straight at Monique. And Giselle was like, well, dang, if Robin is upset, if Robin's upset, I know I messed up. And she apologizes to Robin. And I like how Robin said, well, I accept your apology, but I also don't want you to do this to other people. Like, I want you to learn from this. We were all rooting for you, is what I would have said to Giselle in that moment. But, she apologizes and Robin accepts it. I mean, everyone at the table was loving the fact that Robin, which is even critiquing Giselle and her antics from the party. Because, again, that rarely ever happens because they never really had beef or whatever. But, Robin accepts and it's fine. We then see they talking to Robin about her and wine. I don't know why. We're talking about marriage, you know what I'm saying? Because we want to be sure that we do things right. Because she said, once you're married, you have to respect the title. You mean like the first time y'all was married? I mean, you were his wife, but you have to respect the title, once you're married. But y'all were married, and y'all didn't, girl. Anyway, we'll wait for that wedding in the year 2023, on February 31st. So Candace then brings about Chris is still working on his cookbook, and how she's excited for him to have this endeavor. Honey, and Ashley starts giving unsolicited advice. Sometimes Ashley, honey, just hush, puppy, because she's like, are you going to be like involved in it? Like, will you have any kind of, any stake in it or whatever? And she's like, no, it's his thing. I don't really want to, encroach on his cookbook. I don't want to do that. Well, because being married, in business, sometimes, things get weird. Ashley, just stop. Just cut it out. And when Karen said, I need Ashley to not be trying to tell Karen, girl, when Karen said she don't want Ashley trying to tell Candace how to be a gold digger, I said, bitch. But I agree. Ashley's just the last person to be giving advice on family, business, marriage stuff. You and Michael, we don't even, girl, just don't do it. I feel like, again, if Chris makes a book, the income would be shared because they're married. I don't think, because Candace like, well, you mean like, should we have like a contract about the book or whatever? She's like, no, it's like, I don't even think Ashley knew what she was asking. She was doing what she do best and just talk and she think later. But you know what I'm saying? They're like, just, not even worry about that. And then they all dance around. They get up. They have fun. They eat their food. They're dancing and having a good time. It was a good time was had by all. It was a good girl trip. It wasn't too much drama. It was a lot of festivity, for them to go and snorkeling with the not snorkeling. They went to swimming with the start girl. Swimming with the stingrays. We also seen them go jet skiing. We seen a quick little scene where Karen was talking to Katie. And they said, if you ever need me, if you want to, talk or whatever, you just need someone to lean on. I'm always here for you, because Katie wasn't feeling good this whole episode. But again, it's because the medications are gone. We then see it's the end of the night, and Katie's in her room, and we see Karen and I think Candace went to check on her, and she had a coat on, and she looked like she was about to go somewhere, okay? And then I went to check on you to be sure you're okay, because she was supposed to be laying down all day trying to get some rest. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'll be fine by tomorrow. And then, like, okay, cool. So we see them walk away, and then I'm like, did they not realize that she looked like she was finna go somewhere? She on the full coat, like she had her stuff on, like, to leave or whatever. But I'm not gonna be say so. Now Giselle had mentioned for Ashley and Candace to talk in the morning. Just have a one-on-one conversation. So they agreed to do that. So they did yoga in the morning, even though Candace like, I'm not a yoga person, like I do not do yoga, I prefer drinks. I agree. And so they do talk. And for the most part, they both agree that they have not been giving each other constructive criticism. They have not been polite to each other, and they've just been kind of nitpicky and petty and catty. As he brings up how she is trying to actively not be in her feelings and having those reactions, whereas Candace says she's also trying to, let go of things. I'm like, girl, I don't care. They're gonna be fussing and fighting about 2 episodes. It doesn't matter. But I like how Abby says she's trying to not do what she did to Katie, to Candace and vice versa. Candace says her main issue with Ashley was because when Ashley said like, we're like surface level friends. When she said that in New Orleans, and I'm like, I think y'all are though, but I thought we were better than that, but y'all weren't. So let's move on from that. Anyway, they both apologized. They said they don't want to offend each other going forward, and that was it. They're gonna move on, being less confrontational, but we know that's a lie all up and through. And so we then see Giselle walk up saying how Katie's gone. They went to her room, all her stuff is gone, and she hasn't checked out the hotel, but all her stuff is gone. Katie went home because she needs her meds. Boom. And that was the whole review. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see if YouTube will approve this thing, because they've been difficult. Anyway, y'all, peace.
World